Hello dear student, how are you all? I think everyone are fine there. So student, today we are going to begin with thinking about the text which is given on page number 20. Thinking about the text on Evelyn Glennie and how Evelyn Glennie came out, the difficulties what she had in her life, and she crossed all over the obstacles and hindrances whichever came in her life journey, and she made herself be a famous and be a very enthusiastic and a well known music player, and she became a percussionist on each and every musical instrument. So today we are going to begin with the thinking about the text of the same lesson, The Sound of Music's Part 1, Evelyn Glennie. Understood? So student, let's have a small introduction about the lesson first before beginning the question and answers of this Part 1. From the lesson Evelyn Glennie, what did you learn? Yes, we have learned that Evelyn Glennie have faced many challenges, many hindrances, and many difficulties, even obstacles in her life, and she have taken this all obstacles, challenges, and all kind of hindrances and even difficulties, and she accepted them, and she thought these all things are part of my life, and I have to cross over it, I have to win over it, and I should learn each and everything what my heart says. Being a deaf, being a hearing impaired girl, she couldn't able to hear or listen properly. At the age of 11, she loosened her hearing sense and she became a deaf, and the deafness prevailed throughout her life. And at the age of 12, she knows only one language, and it was Scottish. And after a deafness, she got learn about another two languages, which is Japanese, and another one is France, a French. She learned it thoroughly, and after learning she learned how to play a musical instrument, though many teachers and many guiders insisted her, you have to give up your dreams, your ambition, because you don't able to listen properly. Then how could you will learn the music in such a fantastic manner? Because learning the music you should listen it properly, and how it was being played by another music percussionist. So it is very important to listen the music first, then it is important to learn. But if you couldn't able to listen, then how could it will be more possible to learn the music? This is what there a big challenge in front of the Evelyn Glennie. And here Evelyn Glennie accepted this challenge, accepted these difficulties, and accepted this a big difference in her life, and she never given up. And she made herself a good percussionist, a good practitioner of the music, and she became one of the greatest and the great ever musician in her life, and she became a role model for many and many peoples, even to those peoples who are lagging something there in their life, and they taken the example of the Evelyn Glennie, and they start learning new things in their life. So student, this is all about here an introduction part about The Sound of Music's Part 1, Evelyn Glennie, and she made her life, and she taken her life, and she turned her whole life into a success story. So student, without wasting a time or without further go, let's be started with thinking about the text. So student, here we have thinking about the text on page number 20. So on the page number 20, we have the first question. The first question is, answer these questions in a few words or a couple of sentences each. So the question number 1 is, how old was Evelyn when she went to the Royal Academy of Music? So the answer is, Evelyn was not even 17 when she went to the Royal Academy of Music. Okay, so Royal Academy of Music is a very prestigious academy. Okay, here everyone used to go for learning a music in a such a better manner. So learning a music is such a passion of the Western culture. So Royal Academy of the Music is one of the prestigious and one of the well named institution, okay, among or in the field of the music. Now student, let's go to the question number 2. Yes, the question number 2 ask here, when was her deafness first noticed? When was it confirmed? Answer is, her deafness was noticed when she was 8 years old. It was confirmed by the time she was 11. When she turns 11-year-old, when she became an 11-year-old girl, her whole deafness was prevailed, and she became a totally deaf, and she became a deaf girl, and she couldn't able to hear properly after 11 years old. So student, we have discussed here two questions, question number 1 and the question number 2 from part 1 of the thinking about the text. Now let's begin another part of the thinking about the text. Here, part 2, thinking about the text. Answer each of this question in a short paragraph in 30 to 40 words. So the question 1 is, what helped her to continue with music? What did he do and say? With a question mark. Answer is, Ron Forbes helped her to continue with music. Ron Forbes helped her to continue with music. Okay. He spotted her potential and said, don't listen through your eyes, try to sense it some other way. He began by tuning two large drums to different notes. So Ron Forbes, okay, he is a teacher, he is a guider, he is a mentor, okay, and he is a role model for Evelyn Glennie to learn the music by her heart, by her mind, by her whole body parts. So he made her to listen the music with the help of your whole body part, not only by your own ears, not only by your mind. You have to listen the music throughout the body part, then only you are going to learn the music in such a good sense. Okay, you have to listen the music with the help of your mind, with the help of your eyes, with the help of the facial expression of the person who is playing, with the help of your feet, with the help of the vibration which is coming out of the musical instrument. By this manner you can learn the music thoroughly. So student, this is the best suitable answer for this question. Now comes to the question number 2 of the part 2. Yes, the question number 2 of the part 2 says here, name the various places and causes for which Evelyn, okay, yes, performs. Okay, so the question is, name the various places and causes for which, okay, Evelyn performs. So answer is, Evelyn performed free concerts in prisons and hospitals. She made music her life and performed many regular concerts. Apart from this, Evelyn performed over the single assembly, where the whole assembly, a whole hall is full of the audience, and they are watching the Evelyn Glennie very thoroughly, and they need to watch her in such a patient manner, and they want to learn a new things from the Evelyn Glennie. So here the Evelyn Glennie performed in each and every assembly, in each and every stage, and they made herself, okay, and they thought this Evelyn Glennie is one of the very greatest and the greatest percussionist, a music player throughout the Scottish or throughout the British. So this is how Evelyn famed her name, even, okay, her wealth, even the health in front of this audience. So these are the main places where she performed. Concert means playing her own music in front of the, okay, any assembly or in front of the people. So concert in prisons and hospitals, she used to go and she used to give a free, okay, audition in front of these people, so she can change the mind of the prisoners. Okay, she can make she can turns their negative thinking into a positive, and they can bring a huge change in their life. In hospitals, she can give a good sense of feeling to the patients who were admitted there in the hospitals. Okay, this is all about here. Now let's begin with the part 3, okay, the thinking about the text. Answer the question in 2 or 3 paragraphs. It means in 100 and 150 words. So student, the answer which were given, they were short answers, so you have to elaborate it by your own words by reading the text thoroughly. So it shouldn't be like the spoon feeding. Then comes the question number 1 here. So what the question number 1 says, how does Evelyn hear music? Answer is, Evelyn became deaf by the time she was 11, but she did not give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. Ron Fox, a percussionist, spotted her potential. He asked her not to listen through ears but tried to sense it some other way. She realized she could feel the higher drum from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. Forbes repeated the exercise and soon Evelyn discovered that she could, yes, discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. She learned to open her body and mind to sounds and vibration. Even she herself explained, it pours in through every part of my body. It tingles in the skin, my cheekbones, and even in my hair. When she played on the xylophone, she could sense the sound passing up the sticks into her fingertips. By leaning against the drum, she could feel the resonances flowing into her body. On the wooden floor, she used to remove her shoes so that the vibration may pass through her bare feet and up her legs. By this manner, she can sense the vibration of the musical instrument and she can learn each and every musical instrument thoroughly and how it was being played. So this is how the Evelyn Glennie have learned about the music and what all kind of things she had practiced throughout her career to learn the musical instrument. So student, here we have discussed Evelyn Glennie's a part 1 thinking about the text. So student, pause this video and note out this all question and answers in your notebook, in literature notebook. And now we will discuss about thinking about the text of the part 2, the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. So student, let's begin with the chapter number 2, the sound of music. Here the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan's thinking about the text. So the name of the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan is Ustad Bismillah Khan or Khan Sahab. He used to call Khan Sahab in different parts of the world. So student, before beginning the thinking about the text about the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan, let's have an introduction part what we have learned from this, a very inspirational and a motivational lesson. Ustad Bismillah Khan, he is a small boy, and he is from a Bihar, and he was shifted in the Varanasi where his maternal uncle was staying. His maternal uncle was deployed in Kashi Vishwanath temple, and he used to play this Shehnai. In the royal court. Fine. Who? Uncle's. This Ustad Bismillah Khan's maternal uncle in the royal court, even in the temple in Kashi Vishwanath temple. So he is playing this this Shehnai in the Kashi Vishwanath temple, and this person Ustad Bismillah Khan is just 11 years old. So he used to sit in a single corner of the temple and he used to listen the Shehnai which was being played by his uncle. By listening this Shehnai very thoroughly, slowly he made himself to learn the Shehnai, and he became such a percussionist, a mastermind in the Shehnai. And slowly his name and the fame was start increasing throughout the area and throughout the Indian territory. Even his name was spreaded outside the world. So he used to play in a big ceremony, in a big functions, and even he used to play the Shehnai in any opening ceremony of any big function, even any big event. So everyone starts saying Khan Sahab is a very good mastermind, and he is a very good music player in Shehnai. And slowly he devoted himself towards the Shehnai, and he became one of the famous person throughout his life. and at last he was awarded with the Bharat Ratna award. Along with, he was awarded with all the civilian awards which were given here in India, and he became one of the famous personality in the field of the music. So student, this is what a success story of the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan ji, a Khan Sahab or a Ustad Bismillah Khan, known for particularly a Shehnai, which he holded there on his mouth. Fine. So let's begin with the thinking about the text of the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan, part 2. So student, here we have thinking about the text, page number 25 and the page number 26. Okay. So the question 1 is, tick the right answer. So we have to tick the right answer. Fine. Alright. So first one, the Shehnai or Pungi was a reeded noise maker. Which one? Pungi is a reeded noise maker. Reeded noise maker means unpleasant sound, not a good sound. Bad sound is coming out. That why Emperor Aurangzeb banned it from his royal court. And that Pungi is changed into Shehnai. Okay. A stick was being taken, it was made a big hole in between the stick, a hollow, and some 7 holes were made on the upside of the Shehnai, and when it was flued and when it was played, a very pleasant sound was coming outside. So that Shehnai is accepted by the royal court, and it was kept in one of the 7 most important musical instrument of the royal court. Okay, the second one is, Bismillah Khan, a barber or Ali Baks, transformed the Pungi into a Shehnai. Who transformed? Yes. What is the answer? Yes, a barber, a Nai, transformed this Pungi into a Shehnai. Okay, transformed this Pungi into a Shehnai, and the name of the Nai is called barber, and barber is called Nai. Okay, and a barber had invented the Shehnai. That's why the name of that musical instrument was kept Shehnai. Okay, then comes the third one. Bismillah Khan's paternal ancestors were barbers, professional musicians. Who were they? They were professional musicians. Okay, then comes Bismillah Khan learned to play the Shehnai from Ali Baks, Pegambar Baks, or Ustad Faizan Khan. So what is the answer? He learned the music, from Ali Baks, his ancestor, their father. All right. Then comes Bismillah Khan. First trip abroad was to Afghanistan, USA or Canada. Yes, answer is Afghanistan. So student, here you can check the answers. So the first one is Pungi, second one is a barber, third one is professional musicians, fourth one is Ali Baks, and the fifth one is Afghanistan. So student, come here on the question number 2. Find the words in the text which show Ustad Bismillah Khan's feeling about the items listed below. Then mark a tick in the correct column. Discuss your answer in class. So whatever Ustad Bismillah Khan's, you have to mark according to his feeling. If it is good, then you have to mark positive. If it is bad, then you have to mark negative. If it is okay, then you have to mark neutral. Okay, teaching children music, then the film world, then migrating to the USA, then playing at temples, then getting the Bharat Ratna, 6th, the banks of the Ganga, and 7th, leaving Banaras and Damron. So here you will get the answer. For first one it is positive, for second one it is negative, for third one it is negative, for fourth one it is neutral, and the fifth one is positive, sixth one is positive, seventh one is negative. So these all are the feeling of the Ustad Bismillah Khan, towards his achievement and towards his life turning point in his life. How we got knew about this? Because of the interview which was being taken by a assessor. Fine. Now comes to the question number 3. What is the question number 3? Answer these questions in 30 to 40 words. So the question number 1 is, why did Aurangzeb ban the playing of the Pungi? Answer is, Aurangzeb banned the playing of the Pungi because it had a shrill and unpleasant sound. Shrill and unpleasant sound. A very bad sound is coming out of it. That's why Aurangzeb banned this Pungi from his royal court. Then the question number 2 is, How is a Chennai different from a pungi? Answer is a Chennai is a pipe with a natural hollow that is longer and broader than a pungi. It has 7 holes on the body of the pipe. So in this manner it is different from the pungi. So pungi is somehow fatty in between. So this Chennai is slim and straight, and it was played in such a better manner, and that's why Chennai transformed the pungi from the royal court. Then comes the question number 3. Where was the Chennai played traditionally? How did Bismillah Khan change this? Answer is the Chennai was played traditionally in the temple at the royal courts and on the occasions of weddings. The credit must go to Bismillah Khan to take this instrument onto the classical stage. So Bismillah Khan taken the Chennai into the classical stage, and he made his musical skill on Chennai throughout the world, and he performed at many big stages of the world where everyone appreciated him, and the Chennai became one of the important musical instruments throughout the world. Then comes the question number 4. What it is? When and how did Bismillah Khan get his big break? Answer is Bismillah Khan got his big break with the opening of the All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938. So he got a big break. He shouldn't move here and there for his publicity, okay, to show out his skill over the Chennai. Then on the All India Radio he started playing his Chennai, and it was opened in Lucknow at the era of 1938. Okay, then comes the question number 5. Where did Bismillah Khan play the Chennai on 15th August 1947? What was the event? Historic. Answer is Bismillah Khan played the Chennai on 15th August 1947 at the Red Fort. He was the first Indian to greet the nation with his musical instrument. This event was historic because we got independence on that day, and he poured his heart out in the presence of a large number of people, including Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru ji. Okay. Then comes the question number 6. Why did Bismillah Khan refuse to start a Chennai school in the USA? Answer is he refused to start a Chennai school in the USA because he never wanted to leave India. He loved India so much and he did not want to settle anywhere except India. That is why whenever he was in a foreign country, he kept yearning to see Hindustan. So he is too passionate about his own country land, own countryside. That's why he kept yearning to see Hindustan. Then comes the question number 7. Okay, the question number 7 is find at least 2 instances in the text which tell you that Bismillah Khan loves India and Banaras. Answer is Bismillah Khan loves India and Banaras. The sound of music, okay, in the sound of music from the bottom of his heart, he says that he misses the holy Ganga and India when he goes abroad. While in Mumbai, he thinks of only Banaras and the holy river. And when he is in Banaras, he remembers the unique Mattha of Damron. Where it is in Bihar. So this is how Bismillah Khan likes his own places, and he was very fond of it. Fine. So student, here we have discussed, okay, working with the language, thinking about language of both the lessons. So student, let's discuss about thinking about language. Yes, we were going to discuss the thinking about language of the lesson number 2, the sound of music. Okay, so thinking about language, here we have thinking about language, page number 26. Please open the page number 26 and have a pencil in your hand. We are going to do it. So the question number 1, look at these sentences. What are these sentences? Evelyn was determined to live a normal life. Second sentence, Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. Conceal means hiding her growing deafness from friends and teachers, otherwise they will make her fun. Then here an explanation is given. The italicized part answer the questions. Okay, what was Evelyn determined to do and what did Evelyn manage to do? Okay, they begin with to verb, to leave, to conceal, this one. So here to leave, to conceal, because they begin with to, okay, and here hyphen verb, to leave, to conceal. Complete the following sentences. beginning with to verb. Try to answer the questions in bracket. Okay, so this is what we have to do here. So student, see the questions. Okay, so these are the questions here. So the first one is, the school sports team hopes dash, what does it hope to do? Hopes to win. Yes, the answer is hopes to win. The second question, we all want dash, what do we all want to do? To succeed. Yes, they advised to hearing impaired child's mother dash, what did they advise her to do? To take her to a specialist. Okay, so this is what we have to find out from the text. Then the question number 4, the authorities permitted us to, yes, what? Play. What did authorities permit us to? To play. Okay, then a musicians decided to play a new raga. What did the musician decided to? Play a new raga. Okay, from any musical instrument and become a inventory of that raga. So student, this is all about the 5 questions, okay, from the part number 1. So the question number 2, here we have the question number 2. What it says? This one, from the text on Bismillah Khan, find the words and phrases that match these definitions and write them down. Okay, the number of the paragraph where you will find the words phrases has been given for you in brackets. See, the first one, the home of royal people. Okay, second one, the state of being alone. Third one, a part which is absolutely necessary. Fourth one, to do something not done before. Fifth one, without much effort. Sixth one, quickly and in large quantities. So here we have an answers. So first one is the home of royal people, it is a royal residence. Second, the state of being alone, it is solitude. Okay, third one, a part which is absolutely necessary and indispensable component which couldn't be left as it is. Fourth one, to do something not done before, improvise. Fifth one, without much effort, effortlessly. Sixth one, quickly and in large quantities, thick and fast. Understood? This is what we have to find out from the text and write it down there in the blanks. So student, here you have an answer, so pause it, fill up the correct blank, okay, with the correct form of the sentence. Fine. So here we have the question number 3. Question number 3 is tick the right answer. What it is? Tick the right answer. We have to tick the right answer. So here we have total 7 questions. So the first one is this one. When something is revived, it in the bracket remains dead or lives again. When something is revived, it lives again, okay, or it lives again. Then second question, when a government bans something, it wants it stopped or started. Answer is stopped. It wants it stopped. Question number 3, when something is considered auspicious, okay, it is welcome it or avoid it. Yes, it is. Answer is welcome it. Question number 4, when we take to something, we find it boring or interesting. Yes, the answer is interesting. Then question number 5, when you appreciate something, you in the bracket find it good and useful or find it of no use. Yes, the answer is first one, find it good and useful. Question number 6, when you replicate something, you do it in the bracket for the first time or for the second time. Answer is okay, for the second time. Okay, when you replicate something, you do it for the second time. Okay, fine. Then the question number 7, when we come to terms with something, it is still upsetting or no longer upsetting. It means no longer upsetting. Answer is no longer upsetting. So student, whatever the working with the language we have done, it covers antonyms, synonyms. Okay, a phrase will be given, we have to find the exact meaning for it. Okay, so it is a synonym here. Then we discussed the exact meaning of the phrases which is correlating with the sentence which is given here. The question we have did, okay, in the form of ticking it right or wrong. Okay, this all thinking about the language we have done here. So student, here in this lesson, these all are the 3 important thinking about language. Now Now here you have one more extract which is dictionary work. It is a part 5, so take it as a homework, okay, which is given here on the page number 28. Take it as a homework, and speaking and writing is usually and it should be done by you, okay. So this is all about here with the work, thinking about the text and thinking about the language. So student, here we have completed both the portion. So one homework is there which is given on the page number 28. Do it by yourself, okay. This is an easy one, and this is what we have been practiced from the last previous classes. So do it by yourself. If you have any doubts, WhatsApp me, I'm going to clarify it. So student, for the time being, watch this video thoroughly and have a nice day. Bye bye.